I promise you with absolute conviction, no doubt, I would give you a money back guarantee if you were paying me, that if you stick to these tips, you will notice improvement in your anxiety. Hi beautiful, welcome to or back to my channel. In today's video, I want to talk about how to think positive when you have anxiety, because I have suffered with anxiety for a while now, and so I know firsthand how hard it is to think positive, because it can literally feel like you are drowning. We can't stop the waves, but we can learn to surf. That being said, my first tip for thinking positive when you have anxiety is to practice mindfulness. Mindfulness is basically a technique that brings you into the present moment. There are many different ways to achieve mindfulness. There's meditation, there's yoga, there's certain written exercises, there's simple breathing exercises. There are so many. Mindfulness just brings you into the present moment, and it's very hard to be anxious when you are fully, intensely present. My second tip is to have a positive morning routine. It gives you such a sense of control over your day, over your mind, over your emotions. Anxiety can also be caused by feeling a lack of control, worrying about the unknown. So this is a great way to take that power back and give you control back over your own life and over each day. It is an honest game changer. My third tip is my favorite. I think I say this in every single video. I'm sorry if you're sick of it by now, but I'm gonna keep saying it. Learn to say no. No. My life, again, changed. Honestly, I'm not just saying that. My life changed the moment the pin dropped and I realized, wow, I actually have every right on earth to say no to things that I don't want to do. I don't have to constantly do things that I don't want to. If somebody is asking something of me that I really don't feel like I have the energy, the capacity, or just the want, the desire to do, I can say no. And so can you, without feeling guilty, because that can cause anxiety. It's a process. You know, you start off by saying no and feeling terrible about it, which only increases your anxiety. But once you get past the guilt, it's heaven. My next tip is to get into nature. I swear, we are living in a society now where technology has completely taken over. We can go for so long just between four walls, getting in a car, on trains, on buses, in our phone screens, on our computers, and not get in touch with any kind of nature whatsoever. And that is just absolutely insane, and that is why I believe depression and anxiety is so very much on the rise, because we've been cut off from that which we really are. Remember, behind the veil, everything is interconnected. The trees, the rivers, the grass, the soil, it's all one with us. We need to maintain our connection with that. So specifically for anxiety, nature is an absolute must. Get your feet in some soil, get your lungs breathing in that good ass prana, baby. My next tip is to use affirmations. Another one that I mention all the time because it's good for so many things once again, but for anxiety especially, what I would recommend is if you are able to identify something or multiple things that are causing your anxiety, and then come up with an affirmation that makes you feel better about that thing. For example, one of my affirmations is I always have more than enough time and more than enough energy, because one of my causes of anxiety is feeling like I have too much to do and people want too much from me, and I don't have the capacity to fulfill those requests. So I affirm to myself daily. I take a deep breath. I have more than enough time and more than enough energy, and that in itself is so powerful. Second to that, not only do I recommend having conscious affirmations like that you speak aloud or write down, but also to actually reprogram the subconscious mind. So listen to subliminal affirmations here on YouTube. Very, very powerful for anxiety. Another tip is to leave your phone alone. I'm not trying to pretend that I am an angel at this. Oh my God, I use my phone way too much, but in the midst of when my anxiety was at its worst, I made a very big conscious effort to detach from my phone. Constant notifications, the people constantly wanting to talk to you, just if your anxiety is really bad, you need to detach from your phone 100%. You need to reduce the amount of time that you're on it, specifically on social media, because believe it or not, that really does pull on your anxiety and make it worse. But the most important part of this tip that I want to get across is to stop using your phone for the first and the last hour of your day, because especially in the morning when you first wake up, if you go straight into your phone, again, it's pulling on you. It's not, your phone doesn't give you anything, it doesn't nourish you, it pulls from you. It's messages from people wanting your reply, it's social media, just let's be honest, probably making you feel like crap, just not setting your mind up healthily. And the same at night, just before you go to sleep, if that's the last thing you're doing, then that's the vibration that you're taking into your sleep and therefore into the next morning. Leave your phone alone. We're human and consistency is not always going to be 100% bang on, but as much as possible, stick to these tips. I promise you with absolute conviction, no doubt, I would give you a money back guarantee if you were paying me, that if you stick to these tips, you will notice improvement in your anxiety. Don't forget to follow me on Instagram at Miss Jade Valentine so we can stay connected. And as always, if you want good vibes, don't forget to subscribe. Until the next one, I wish you health, wealth, and high vibrations.